What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street. I hope you're all having a very good morning this morning. And here we are at the very beginning of a new Friday, the end of the week. I get the beginning of a new Friday, the end of the week. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Here we are on Friday, and Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 4 just released this morning. I'm sure if you're one of the Nerdvengers, you probably caught that watch along with Josh that they do over there on the Den of Nerds. And, you probably already watched it. And I'm a little bit late. But you know what? That's okay. Because, hey, man, I'm a boomer. And I have to get my beauty sleep in, right? Anyway, I hope you're all having a very good day today. We are going to be discussing the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 4. The whole world is watching. So we will be getting into spoilers. So if you don't want any of that, make sure that, you check back after you've already watched the episode. Like, I know a good friend of ours who was on the stream with us last night, the community stream that we do typically on Thursday evenings leading into Friday when the new episode is released. Our good friend Jonathan Valasquez, who is on the who is here on the stream with us, he watches it later in the evening. He watches it with his wife. He usually steps into the Trailer Park Live, which I do on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. He usually steps in there a little bit later after he's done watched it with his wife. Usually about 9 o'clock. So I'm guessing they sit down around 8 o'clock and watch it. And he usually steps in. So hey, I get it. I get it if you're not here or if you're watching on the replay. You don't want spoilers. Go ahead and feel free to leave. But make sure you're subscribed and click the little button and all of that good stuff so you know when I go live. And you can make sure that you check back after you've watched the episode, right? Anyway, let's get into the live chats and see who all we got here so far. We got Landon TLB says, I haven't seen the episode, but I'll be okay. We've also got my man Kendall Normies to Nerds, one of the Myrtle Maniacs, says, what's up, Trinity? How are you doing, man? We got Everyday Geeks here in the building as well. Timmy, what is up? We got Bro Dolphin says, was I? So you didn't like it, Bro Dolphin. All right, fair enough. Well, I'll go ahead and get right into it. The Falcon and Winter Soldier, episode 4. I thought this episode was probably the best episode that we have had so far as the scripting, the directing, the action, and everything involved in this. I think everything here was pretty top notch. I have talked in previous episodes or in previous streams about how some of the action, some of the quality, some of the CG and things going on, you can kind of tell, I mean, it's not quite that Marvel Studios movie quality, but it's pretty dang close. It's a little more, it's like a TV because it's got that, they've got, right. So it's got that TV show feel to it, where this episode right here, I think enough of the action and everything was grounded enough that they didn't have to rely on too much. And I think this episode was absolutely excellent with the writing, the actors, everything in here was absolutely done superbly. I'm telling you, and I think the scripting and everything, I can't remember who was the writer here on this episode, but it was very well written. The actors across the board doing their job. Again, the directing by Carrie Scoglin, absolutely great. And this episode really expanded this world and everything that's going on here with the Flag Smashers. We got some great moments with Zemo. We had some absolutely great scenes with the Dora Milaje, as well as Bucky, Sam, John, and Lamar. And just kind of everybody involved in this episode was absolutely great. This episode was everything that I expected that it would be and that I wanted out of it. If you caught yesterday's live stream, I also even talked about some of the things I kind of really thought were going to happen in this episode. And for the most part, with the exception of like one thing, I believe, excuse me, I believe most of those things actually happened in this episode, and it was great. I am telling you, this episode was that exact thing. It was the perfect thing to end Act 2 of this series, getting ready to go into Act 3, episodes 5 and 6. We see that there was action, there was drama, and the action and the drama led to a really really emotional moment. I'm telling you, at the very end of this episode, right when it ended and them credits started rolling, I'm telling you, I was in an emotional state. I seriously had tears running down my face. I wasn't crying because I was like, no, it was heavy on the emotion in this episode. And you know what? It was everything that I wanted it to be. It was exactly what I was talking about on last night's community stream that it would be. And it was intense. And you see all these moments. I'm telling you, there's so many moments that we've been getting in this series. We've even seen some of them in WandaVision that reflect and mirror other moments that we have had in the MCU already. So it's like these TV shows are kind of paying homage to the films while introducing these new characters who are meant to mirror and some of our former characters being Captain America in this case. We've seen plenty of scenes with John Walker here in this episode. And I'm telling you, Wyatt Russell is doing a fantastic job at this role. And I'm telling you, in this episode right here, there's again exactly what I was talking about yesterday is I got that feeling where like, you know what? I don't like John Walker, but I feel him. I feel him. I get his journey. I get the emotion that he's going through. I get everything that's going on there with that, right? Very, very, very great stuff out of Wyatt Russell. Because there's even times in the episode where I actually do feel like I said, I don't want to be on his side. But I get it, right? Those moments, they weigh heavy. And it's like, I get you, man. I get you. And there's more than one of them than just that one there at the very end. There's plenty of those moments in the last episode and even in this episode. I think there's probably like at least, I want to say at least two, but probably about 3 moments in this episode where I'm like, I get you, John. I totally get you. And I'm kind of on your side here. I know where you're coming from and I get you. Like 100%, like I've kind of got your back. But I don't really. Because we all know where this leads. We all know the difference, something I've talked about here on this channel. The difference between a bad guy and a good guy, or the things they're willing to justify to meet their ends, right? That's the biggest difference. And like I said, when we go into this episode and we see what happens with John Walker, so many scenes mirroring exactly what we got out of Captain America, and especially the first Avenger. Remember? He kicks open that door with the shield up with his gun, blasting. In this episode, didn't exactly happen like that, but you see him kick down the door. He's got the shield up and he's got the gun drawn as they're infiltrating the Flag Smashers base. We've seen that. Even the scene there at the very end, we're going spoilers, so if you don't want the spoilers, I've already told you. The scene there at the very end, we've seen that same scene with Steve Rogers in Civil War when he was there battling with Tony Stark. We've seen the exact same thing. The emotional moments here with John Walker were very great. They gave us everything for why he's justifying to himself to take that serum. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about as well, as I was talking about yesterday as well, this relationship and how we see the mirrored relationship between all of these characters with Lamar Hoskins and John Walker, and how they work so good together. They know each other. They are brothers, right? In this whole thing. And you know how it mirrors what Sam has with Steve, and what Steve had with Bucky as well. We see that how that great friendship, camaraderie there, right? But then we also see in this episode how it mirrors that. But we see throughout this series how Sam and Bucky, they are kind of at odds the whole time. They aren't on the same page. They aren't on the same wavelength there. They're not seeing eye to eye. Where you can see Lamar and John Absolutely are. So it's kind of mirrored in contrast there, but everything else there as well. And I'm telling you, it's absolutely great what they are doing here with these characters. And like I said, paying homage to all of the MCU that came before it, because they're bringing these moments that you remember in your head, these emotional moments throughout these films and what had happened. And they're paying homage to him, and they are introducing these characters and helping give justifications and the reasons why they are doing what they're doing, but they're also setting the stage for why this character is different from that character. They still leave you a little sympathetic with John Walker. You get it, right? You get it. But however, there is the one thing that we do see that is different from John Walker than Steve Rogers, right? The one thing is that little vial of serum that he found and he picked up and he used. They were at that little mall and he was sitting there talking with Lamar, his homie, his buddy. And he asked him, they were asking questions about the serum. And his buddy's like, hell yeah, I'd take it. You know, and that's one of those things too, right? Your friend says he would take it, you got it. You're like, you know, you're trying to justify in your head taking it. He doesn't tell his friend about the serum. He doesn't. He keeps the serum for himself and doesn't say anything about it. Where we know Steve would have. Steve's been in that situation. Steve's been in that same situation. So you can see there in itself is again another difference. Something also mirrored kind of in the MCU before. You know, we've seen Steve having to deal with the serum as well, trying to recover the serum. But not only that, I mean, remember he lifted that element that Tony Stark recreated after the great Dr. Arnim Zola had created it. He lifted that and he actually took it. He's not trying to do it. He's the Boy Scout. He's the good guy. John Walker isn't. Right? So just there was something so subtle. They make a big difference between these two characters when we already know there's a difference, right? John's willing to also give in to those emotions, to that emotional side that he has there, where he was willing to do the killing. And Steve just wasn't. I thought it was also interesting seeing and just seeing that there was a situation I had a feeling was getting ready to happen. I think a lot of us knew that Lamar was going to bite the dust. I think a lot of us knew that. And it happened. And I had a feeling it was going to happen in this episode, if at all. And we've seen that happen here. We've also got some more, I don't know. I think just the stuff with John Walker in this episode is what really made this episode what it is. We learn the other things as well. We learn, we see Sam there trying to deal with the flag smashers as well, trying to relate to Carly, trying to talk to her because he gets it. He understands. It's something that we all would kind of get, right? We understand those things. These things are very simple, and you can understand how Carly feels about it, but you can't really sympathize for because she's left. What was it 3 dead and 8 injured? Was it something like that? So as well that she's already willing to do bad things. She made a huge mistake. Is she ever going to be able to be redeemed? I really don't think so, because we know there's a whole lot more that has gone on. But again, Sam understands all of that. He understands what she's trying to do, and I think that's something very important. Is what is it they always say? The path, my mother always used to say this, as the path to hell is paved with good intentions, right? So she has the good intentions, but she don't have the means for executing them. She's willing to justify doing terrible and heinous things to other people to meet those ends. You know, that's not something very heroic, and that's not something people would do. So you see that there's kind of no coming back from some of those kind of things. Can you make your way back from that? I don't know. Guess that really kind of depends on how bad you did, right? On the bad on those bad things you did. Because we know if there's one thing that we do know is that people are forgiving, right? But we kind of see also too what's going on with her and what's kind of where her line is drawn, but her back's against the wall as well because the power broker wants her, right? Again, we didn't get a reveal of the power broker. Do you think we're gonna get a reveal of the power broker? I kind of almost don't think we are. And it's almost better if we don't, right? If we just maybe keep getting some Faceless Stooges. I mean, it really comes down to like the same thing like we got in that, I know, nobody likes it, in Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin, which is not really the Mandarin, but it's somebody representing the Mandarin. Somebody's saying that they are, right? Power Broker could be the same thing. Maybe it's somebody who's mysterious and stays behind the scenes the whole time, has people. Fall Guys. Interesting stuff. And what about my boy Zemo, right? Zemo, man. Zemo, he went out there and did some, he went El Chapo, right? He went El Chapo he went underground and got away. And you know, he was patiently waiting. He knew the time was going to come. Zemo is my man. He's smart. He's cunning. Nikki, if you're ever out there watching this, what'd you think about Zemo in this episode? He wasn't so clowny in this one, was he? I thought he was great. Absolutely great. Daniel Bruhl is so great as Baron Zemo. And I want him to put on that mask again. And I want him to keep that mask on for the next 10 years, right? We need him. I need my Red Skull back. These are things I absolutely need. Zemo playing it smart. Zemo knows what he's doing. Zemo, he wasn't... Come on, man. Seriously? Hell, Hydra. Now, also, we got Bucky in this episode as well. We got some more expansion, some more background on his character, and it opened up with a really great scene as well, right? With him and Ao there in Wakanda, as she's sitting there showing him using those control words to trigger him, right? And you can see, you know, everything that she was talking about. She's like, "Oh, don't worry. We'll go through it." And he was emotional. He didn't want to go through it. And she went through and said the words, and they did not work. And you can see he was emotional about it. And she basically told him these words have no power over you anymore. But we can see in that scene, we can even see earlier in the Zemo scene, they do still have power over him. They just may not control him. Right? Some very interesting stuff there. And of course, we got the Dora Milaje who come in and absolutely kick ass in this episode. At a great moment when I really feel it was much needed. When I really feel that it was much needed. And that was kind of at the point, and you see it too, that was the breaking point for John Walker. When he was there in his altercation with the Dora Milaje, they take off and he's sitting there. They're not even super soldiers. He feels down in that moment. It's that moment, the moments leading up to this, that lead to that. You know something that it really reminded me of? You know what it really reminded me of? And we see it throughout, like, the whole thing, the thing that John Walker is embodying here. And it's so, I'm telling you, so freaking done so great. But it reminded me of Lance Armstrong. And I remember stories, you know, even stuff, you know, Lance had said, but even other stories as well, that other professionals that used to be on teams with Lance said, you know, when we got to Europe and started racing with all the Europeans, and they were all doping, everybody was doping, and that's why we did it, because we learned, even we were riding great, we were riding the best we had ever rode, doing the best training programs and everything, but we could not keep up through the whole day, through the whole race, especially when you get day on end races, when you get into week-long races, 3-week-long races, there's no way they could hang. So they decided to start doping, right? It was justified because everybody else was doing it. All the people who were in contention for the #1 spot, they were all doing it. And they realized they couldn't make it in that world, especially as the Americans, because nobody liked the Americans. Everybody hated the Americans. They would do all they could to sabotage them. There were no, it's still that way these days too. There were no friends in the peloton for the Americans. So what did they do? That was their justification. They couldn't keep up. These people didn't like them anyway, so let's do it, and let's do it better. The American spirit, right? Mother, dude, yeah, that's right. You're gonna play that game, I'll play it too, and I'll do it better. It's John Walker. It's the same thing. That justification for doing it. Everybody else is doing it, and it's there, and that's what it really reminded me of. Absolutely great stuff. The stuff with Sam Wilson as well, his family being kind of dragged into it, Carly being so sinister. That's again another strike against Carly. You don't call somebody's family and threaten their family and their kids, man. It's low, even for a criminal. But that's how really terrible people operate, right? They don't play fair. They don't play by the rules. You think she would have hesitated to kill his family? His sister? His nephews? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. She even says that in this show. Again, just nothing but great stuff out of this episode. Episode 4 was every single thing I thought it would be. And like I said, I ended the episode emotional. I was heavy and deep in emotions. I had tears on my face. I've told you, I got done watching. I was like, holy shit. That was intense. And again, like I said, it mirrors moments that we've already seen in the MCU. We've seen Steve go through those same motions, that same act, when he was fighting Tony Stark in Civil War. He was sitting there smashing him with that shield. Again, they're paying homage to everything here to help bring that feel to it, that emotional weight. And I thought they did so great in this episode. And I got to tell you, I read a story that Wyatt Russell is getting death threats because the new Cap thing. I wish I could say that's funny. It makes me giggle because it kind of reminds me of stuff from the comics, stuff in real life, just people who were completely unreasonable. But also the fact that he is doing such a great job. I'm telling you, Wyatt Russell fucking shined in this episode. And I never really thought so before, but after seeing episode 4 here of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, I do have to ask, is he as good an actor as his father, Kurt Russell? Dare I even ask, could he be better? Because I am telling you, all the scenes here with John Walker, they were gold, man. They were gold. I absolutely loved him. He left me in tears at the end of the episode. Especially, and we all seen it too. You see him as they pan through the crowd. Him standing there with the blood on that shield. Oh, man. That was such it's so crazy. It's like such a heavy and iconic moment. Like it was hard hitting, man. Like I'm feeling it sitting here talking about it. Because the one thing is, like, we all get it, right? Don't you get it? His best friend, his partner, just been killed. he wanted that revenge and he got it. He went after seeking it. But you know, the one thing, the one thing that he's got to live with now, and we'll see. I guess we'll learn if he can live with it. It's the same thing that Thor went through in Endgame after he decapitated Thanos. And you see the exact same feeling, the exact same motions in it as well. Remember? He got done chopping off Thanos' head. Rocket looks up and says, "What did you do?" And with his voice cracking, almost as if he was drunk with emotion, he says, what was it he said? "I went for the head." And he walks off out of the scene in a drunken walk as well. Drunken with emotion. We learn later. And he knew in that moment as well that revenge isn't what he needed. It did no good to get that revenge. It didn't make him feel better. It was filled with regret. It's fucking great. God damn, man, I'm telling you. Shit. Them scenes, I'm telling you. Wyatt Russell, you're the fucking man, bro. You are the fucking man, because I absolutely love this fucking episode, dude. This fucking episode hit fucking hard. Let's get into the live chats and see what you all are saying. Look, I'm telling you, I'm emotional talking about this. Dude, like, it was fucking intense. It was fucking intense. All right, sorry, guys. Sorry. Let's get here into the chats and see what you all are saying. Let me sit down and take a seat here. And pull up a little chair. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry. All right. Let's see who else we got joining the chats. We got Gippy White says it was amazing. Yes, absolutely. We got Parker in the building says, Bro Dolphin says, I actually really enjoyed Walker making that man a corpse. I know, dude. Like, you know, and that's exactly why, because like you get it. You understand. You understand what he's going through. You know? You understand it. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was great. Okay. I hope Isaiah Bradley comes back. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I think I at some point Isaiah Bradley got to come back. We need more Isaiah Bradley, dude. We need more of that because he was great. Sebastian Stan crying in the beginning. I know. It was great. Maybe I didn't appreciate it enough. I was watching while playing with my dogs at Brad Delphin. Oh man. Parker says, I like the first Avenger callback scene. Yeah, dude, it was great. And I'm telling you, there was several of them. There was so much about it that was that. I mean, he looks like a bad boy, but you can't hate him. Yeah, absolutely. Gippy West says, oh my god, I see the Isadora comic book behind you. Cool. Yeah. Right over there. Yep. Got it there, man. Got it there, Gippy. Let's see. Fanjecture says cognitive dissonance with John Walker. Yeah. Absolutely. And you could see like he was kind of emotionally disturbed already before we knew he took the serum. But I want to ask, when exactly did he take that serum, do you think? Do you think that he took it? Like, I'm wondering exactly what point he took it at. You think he took it right after they faced off against the Dora Milaje? You think he took it right after that? I don't know. I don't know. You think he took it right after they, because or did he take it when they were there fighting with the Flag Smashers? When do you think he took it? You think he was like once they were there at that end scene? Do you think at that point, you think it happened right there before right there before they all got in that altercation. Lamar got killed. You think? I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm wondering about that. Gippy White says, "I hate him. I flat out hate him." There was no doubt from the first second I saw him. That stupid ass wink. I fucking hated him. I fucking hate him, and I will always hate him. Period. Oh, I think you're supposed to put a T in there. Period. Period. You're supposed to put, if you're good, especially if you do it in all caps, Gippy, you got to put it PERIODT. Period. My boy Walker's juiced up. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you. Yeah. They chose the right actor with that "please punch me" face. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, JJW. And the thing is, like, because he's got that "please punch me" face, but he's also got that, like, this dude's all right, too. But I could punch him in the face. I've known people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, look. It's me, not you. Oh, that was far from the exact same thing. Steve was literally hitting Tony's suit. He was deactivating the suit. He was never trying to hurt Tony. There's absolutely no comparison. Oh no, the comparison is that they are using that scene to make the callback to the emotionality of it. But the difference is that Steve wasn't trying to kill anybody. No, you're exactly right, Gippy White. But I still stand by everything I'm saying, because it was the exact same scene. It was because it's meant to bring that same emotion back to you, that emotional weight to the scene. But it's also supposed to do that to draw that very distinct line that this dude is a killer. And exactly like you said, Steve wasn't trying to kill Tony. You know? He wasn't trying to kill Tony. Just like we seen in this episode, something I was talking about as well. The Dora Milaje, when, Zemo killed their king, they weren't there to kill him. They weren't there to kill him. They don't want to kill him. They want to bring him to Wakanda so he can face Wakandan justice. And that's that's exactly the thing. I think that's why there's the exact comparison, because the comparison is to show you that contrast for that. So Lamar croaked, right? Yeah, he done, man. He done. Yeah. JJW says they should have gone more into the backstory and connection of Walker and Battlestar. Then the episode would have even more impact. See, and maybe they should have, but I think just the little things that they put in there, for me as a viewer, like, I get it. I totally get it, because and that's what I'm saying. Like, the relationship with him and Lamar is the exact same as with Steve and Bucky. With Steve and Sam, it's the exact same. So I kind of feel in that sense we don't need it, because we already get that with, like, these two characters. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about it. So you're saying he's a great character? I think the character itself is great. Absolutely, the character itself is great, and it's well acted. Does that mean that, like, he's a great character, like you should like him and be like, yay, U.S. agent? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But he is a great character. Absolutely, 100%. It's kind of like a toned down Homelander. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't watched The Boys yet. I got 2 episodes in. I need to give it more. Is Zola showing up? Oh, I wish Zola was showing up. Hell, Hydra. Zola would never be old, considering he died in the 70s. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he is a computer mind. Well, and that's the interesting thing. Like, when we get back to Vision, and there's a lot there. Max Headroom Zola, absolutely. Absolutely. For a second, I thought Zemo was actually going to kill Carly. Yeah, and yeah, there's a lot there. But I kind of thought that too for a second. He would have killed her, but got distracted by Serum Stomp. Yeah, exactly. By Serum Stomp, he was too, man. He was after. And you know what's funny is, like, how come that shield isn't, like, killing mother? Like, come on, dude. You get hit with that shield in the neck, you're done, bro. You're done. Somebody throw that shield at you and it hits you in the neck, you're fucking. I don't care who you are. You know, unless you're one of those super soldiers or something like that, you're done, bro. You're a regular human. You a Zemo, you're done. You're done. I mean, even if you get up and dare I say, walk away from that, you're probably not walking again the rest of your life. Absolutely. Yeah. I see. He'll show up in Shang-Chi because Mandarin is the power broker. It could be. It could be. It could be. Zemo should keep wearing his mask for no reason for no reason, then take it off for no reason. Yeah. Zemo need to get that mask on, man. Yeah. Damn. When he gonna admit to the old guy he killed his son? What? Oh yeah. When he gonna? Yeah. I know what you're saying. I know. Nikki, I was talking about you earlier. I was talking about you earlier. Just came by to say I still haven't watched it. I'm sure it was like me. Oh, Nikki, we need you here more. We really do. Nikki was in here busting my chops yesterday, and I love it. It's great. Great to have you here, Nikki. And then she was busting my chops in the After Dark chat. Yeah. No, is it? Oh, you had me laughing all night, Nikki. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sure it was No, I'm telling you. But Nikki, I was talking about you and the Zemo stuff. I feel they redeemed Zemo a little bit in this episode. I want to know your thoughts. Why would you stream at the same time as Santa? Hope you're doing well. An awesome episode. You know what? It's not intentional. He normally goes at 9 o'clock anyway. But also like, hey, look, we got to do stuff when we got to do stuff. I'm not trying to stomp over. Wait, he's blowing up. He's bigger than I am now. You can punch up, you can't punch down. So I'm punching up. I'm punching up to Santa. No, I seen he was going. I was actually hanging out in his live chat. I was actually hanging out in his stream the whole time until I started the stream for like the first half hour. And I just had to get rolling because I've got to get ready to go here to work and all that stuff. You know how it is. Work. Well, at least I work for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's not so bad. I'll kill every last one of those flash smashers. Yeah. Bro, he's a little busy right now and in a different country. Says Gippy White. I'm behind on the chat, so I'm sure I don't know who he's talking about right now. Hey, can you drop the link to your Discord? I tried to hit the one in your back section and it said expired. Stupid. God. I'll make sure. Let me see if we can get this. Let me see if we can get this party started. All right. Let me see here. Where is it at? Invite people. Invite link. Let's see. Expire after never. No limit. Okay, there we go. We got it. There you go. Biggity bam. Bam. Okay. Hey, can you? Oh, okay. Sorry. Lance Armstrong was so dope. Yeah, man. Yeah, don't get me started, man. Lance is still my boy. You're my boy, Lance. I haven't seen the episode yet, but I'm sure it was a great episode. Yeah, it was absolutely great. Absolutely great. Of course it was great. Of course it was. No. Yeah, it was a good one. So why? Yeah. Bucky dies. Bucky dies. The wrong kid died. Anyway, this whole Stark is a spoiler alert. What do you mean? This whole Stark is a spoiler? What are you talking about? Stream frick. Oh yeah. This whole stream. Yeah. How do you spell Dora Milaje? DORAMILAJE. Yeah. That's how I spell it. Oh, hey, look. I think Reaper Man spells the same way I do. He's like, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Russell is a phenomenal actor. Absolutely 100%. Period. Yeah. Period. There you go. You got it. Damajin, my man, what is up, my brother? He says, how the hell are you? I'm doing well, my brother. I hope all is going well with you. Hope all is going well with you. Man, y'all hit some technical difficulties on Tuesday. I was waiting for the show. It's all good though. It's all good though. It's all good though. It was the 2-hour season finale, man. I hope all's well, Damaj and I. Hope all's well. Hey guys, make sure, you know what? Go check out Damaj and I, man. Go check out his channel, subscribe to stuff. He does a lot of talking social commentary about a lot of the things going on out there in pop culture these days. He's a great dude, man. He does Keepers of the Force. What was that on Sundays, right? With Fatal J. Great live stream they do together. I'm telling you guys, go check them out. Go check them out. Wakanda Forever. Yeah. Battlestar was Walker's conscience. There you go. Absolutely. And when he was gone, so was Walker's ability to keep shit together, even though he very rarely did that. Anyway, yeah, absolutely. The shield, the shield is gonna take your head. Yeah, that shield, like somebody hit me in the head, dude. Yeah, you're done. Maybe call him. Oh, gonna get a call in where Nikki's gonna come in and bust my chops, huh? All right, good deal. Oh man, good stuff, great stuff. But anyway, guys, yeah. So yeah, what else? I mean, what else? What do you guys have any other thoughts or anything on the episode? What you thought about it? Like I said, I think this was the episode I thought it was. This is the episode I thought it was gonna be. They are who we thought they were. We let them off the hook. You want to crown their ass? Crown their ass. Don't get me started on Denny Green. You know what? That's a gif I need. That's a scene I need to get. I need to get that one so we can put that on here and use it. Ooh, is that one copyrighted? Will I get in trouble? Will I get in trouble if I use that clip? But let him off the hook. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, that was from the good old days, the heydays, back when I used to watch football. And the Bears were in their heyday. Oh, playoffs? Oh shit. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. Totally tripping right now. But anyway, yeah, this episode was everything I wanted it to be, everything I thought it would be, everything. There's really only one thing that didn't happen this episode that I was thinking might happen, and that was, maybe we see the power broker, maybe a reveal or something like that. We didn't really get any of that. But certainly I was on point with the fact, and I think a lot of everybody kind of suspected that Lamar was going to bite the dust. And in this episode, because knowing that this is the end of Act 2 going into episode 5 and 6, you knew they had to really bring the intensity and the emotion in this episode. And again, I'm going to tell you, hats off to the people, to director Kerry Skoglund. I can't remember who the writer was of this episode, but as well as, I think he was probably like the supervisor over all that stuff as well. Malcolm Spellman, absolutely great stuff coming out of the series, and in particular this episode hitting all the beats that I really do think that it needed to hit in this episode for this series, and definitely heading into episode 5 and 6. But let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. If you are watching this on the replay, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching this here on the live stream, thank you so much for being here as well. You all have a very good, you know what? I was getting ready to go, I'm getting ready to end in the scene, but I think I'm going to come up with a new, we don't need a Zemo dance scene anymore. I've got a new scene that we're going to use. We'll see it later, maybe. You all have a good day, and we'll see you tonight on the Trailer Park Live, where we will get into some comic talk and any other kind of topics that you want to get into that we don't normally get into here during the weekday mornings. You all have a good day, and we'll see you tonight on the Trailer Park Live. Later.